Yeah, I want to give you guys a quick video. We're going to talk with some successful people today on what's going on in the market, where they think it's going. We're going to have a live little conversation here. After that, we're actually going to have some testimonial videos done and some things about life. And life's really about giving back. And you never know, like today, there's people sitting here today that have no idea how this will impact their life. You know, today it's kind of a pain because they take time out of their day, but in life, what I know is when you find good people like these people sitting in the room and the people in the brokerage and a group, is somehow it's going to come back. And don't overlook at the money part. Look at how down the road you could be impacted. As soon as you start chasing money in life, you're losing. As soon as you start enjoying life and putting things in place that are getting to your ultimate goal, that's when you start enjoying life and actually making money long term. So today is not about how much money we're going to make. Today is about how many people we can impact. My personal goal is to impact 1 million people. I have a goal to do that. It might seem high, but I teach my daughter and people teach me that I need to think bigger. So one of the things I want to tell you guys in 2018 is my ultimate goal now is to impact 1 million people. The people in this room today have been impacted of some sort through the relationship, and I want them to explain to you what they think of the market and what they think is going on right now. So appreciate you guys watching. How's everybody?
Good.
All right. So what do you guys think of the market right now?
Solid. It's good. Yeah. I think we're prepping for a little bit of a shift coming up because of the rising interest rates, which I think is gonna. But I think that's an opportunity for a lot of people in this room who have kind of a solid base business.
What about you guys? What else?
I mean, I would definitely agree. I kind of pose the question a little bit differently though. A lot of the way that I've been framing is like, what do you guys think of the spring market? Like a lot of economists say, you know, from now until 2020, we're going to see a shift towards a buyer's market, but are we going to see like a big impact come the springtime? A lot of inventory is going to come up. A lot of developers and investors are going to put their product on the market, hoping to achieve prices that are either comparable to what is out there now, or maybe, you know, still pushing the numbers like we have been over the last few years. But how do you guys think the buyers will react to that?
I think historic lows in inventory is still going to keep driving demand, because without that high inventory, you're still going to have buyers fighting over the same type. It's basically a bunch of dogs fighting over the same piece of meat, for lack of a better term. But
so long as it's priced right, I think. So
exactly.
They still think they're breathing that rare air.
They
can keep at that certain price point.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that my developers, they're being more stringent on what their purchase price is, because they're projecting that out sale and they want to be able to make the margin that they have. So.
Especially with, I mean, the points they're going to have to pay on loans for construction and acquisition. You know, those term sheets are getting tighter.
How about you guys on this side? What do you guys think? How's the interest rates? Have you seen an impact yet?
A slight increase, but I think it'll still continue to rise because the economy is doing well. But that's to be expected. But I think they're still competitive.
Have you seen more of an impact on investors or primary buyers?
In my opinion, on the buyers.
Buyers. What are you guys?
I think that the interest rate pressure on the top end is starting to be felt. That, along with the seasonal downturn, has seen a lot of price adjustments. I've seen a lot more price adjustments in this quarter than I had in subsequent quarters this year. I think with the Fed projecting 3 interest rate increases next year, people at the top of the market have to be very sensitive to cost, making sure that they can still have enough in the deal to make nets. And I think that upward pressure on the top end is going to drive some of those buyers down into the middle market and the lower market. And so I don't think in Philadelphia, at least, we will have a strong impact on the overall number of sales, because as he was saying, the inventory is still relatively low and the market's still growing.
So one thing Noah had presented at our last team meeting was that we've had our largest month-to-month increase in inventory in like, I don't know, 12 or 15 years or something like that, from I think it was like July to August. I mean, I know it's a very like small, it's a small statistic, right, because it's month to month, and even the resulting inventory was still showing seller's market, but people think that's the start of the trend. Yes, that would be my question to pose.
But I think it's the start of the trend, and I think it's where you have to start looking at, you know, what are people able to afford with the increase in what they're paying back on the money that they're borrowing. Money's getting expensive, is the way people would
I've seen an impact, excuse me, I've seen it impact my investors a lot more from a sales standpoint. The listings are sitting a little bit longer. We can't ask for as high of cap rates. You figure if you have a 6% interest rate and trying to get a 6% cap rate, you're breaking even. They don't want to touch that.
Right.
So it's definitely, right now, it's impacting my investors a lot more. And I think it's kind of catch up to the market. I think it's going to turn a little bit in the new year, because if you look, there's a ton of development. And if you go to whatever areas you guys are experts in and look at the days on the market, you see the days on the market starting to build.
Yeah.
So I do think it's going to turn. I think right now it's impacting investors the most, but I think it's going to follow up with primary home buyers themselves.
Yeah, just to say, I hear like, it sounds like a lot of doom and gloom, but that, again, I look at it as opportunity, because, you know, what we talked about with that meeting that you're speaking about with, no, right now, you know, they're predicting, and I'm not trying to scare you, but, you know, 600,000 people are going to be leaving this business for something else, because there's going to be more opportunities
Yeah, what was that
elsewhere.
over the next like 3 or 4 years?
Which means for,
I'm okay with that.
which means for an established realtor, I mean, you're just looking at it like, and there's dollar signs going through your head, because you're like, wow, okay, I get to pick up that
I
business.
say bring it on.
Exactly.
The way I've been
And these are part of the ebbs and flows of real estate.
I mean, because I definitely agree with you. I actually think that in the spring market, I think single family homes, people are still gonna go push the prices, and we're gonna see those price adjustments. We're gonna see them slash down, and I think we're gonna come to reality a little bit more. But I definitely pose it as an opportunity with my prospective clients too. I say, listen, like right now, homes have never been more expensive than they ever have in Philadelphia. Why not take advantage of it? If you're gonna lose a small fortune by waiting till the spring, even if it is a little bit softer now, and timing's obviously not the best with all the holidays, I say, why not humor it? You know, if you're willing to float a price, I'm willing to hang a sign. I'm not trying to like, you know, just list overpriced things, but at the same time, I do think it creates opportunity where people should consider that they're living in their biggest financial asset, and if they are, you know, looking to make a profit from it, maybe the time to sell is right now. That'll obviously only increase inventory that much more, but you know, maybe you know, certain people are willing to take advantage of it.
And right now, like, that's where the sales skills actually come in, like realtors who are actually marketing properties, not just sticking them on the MLS.
Totally.
You know, this is where the wheat from the chaff kind of gets separated, and you know, people are able to use their skills. And it does kind of advantage those who have been in the business longer, who know that 7 days is not a normal day on market. You know, like, you know, 30, 32 is more reasonable.
There's definitely going to be an aspect to this. I mean, I literally went on a presentation last night for a guy who had a Fishtown house on the market for 100 plus days, and I said, well, how did he price it? He said, well, how much do you want? And they told him, and then he added a rate to it. He didn't even do the research on what these houses are worth. Getting fired. It's just, I know, I have the same reaction. I was a little speechless. I got it, but I got it.
Those guys will be into this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, you can with that. Did you have this serious?
2 other people, but I got that handwritten note. The one that gave me a hug.
It's all
I
that.
was like, what are you doing? But I was like, good luck. Professional.
This boat should be a great opportunity.
Oh my God, they're gonna be hurt.
Withdrawals, FISBOs, expireds, absolutely. Because they already want to sell, right? And they're just going to be, look, I think once you put it in somebody's head and they start kind of like counting the ways they're going to spend that money, and that vacation and that new home and whatever, maybe a college tuition or whatever it might be, and then you take it away from them, they're in a perfect position to be kind of rescued, I call it. You know, you're going to help them finally sell it, because whoever was doing it before obviously wasn't helping.
What are you guys seeing with builders right now? What are they telling you?
I think numbers have tightened up. I mean, you know, it's, you could, on some people, in terms of they're taking, right now, it's kind of like, yeah, take it, you know, it costs me less to build, so I'm going to take it at that higher number, which has driven up prices all over the city and the region. And then, you know, and they can squeeze more out of the dollar, but, you know, developers and people who, you know, use third-party builders and stuff like that they're seeing a tightening on their spread, because, you know,
Materials up, labor's up.
interest goes up a point. That's quite a bit of money on a large loan. That's cutting into your profit.
I would just encourage any investor or developer to be pretty conservative in their underwriting right now, and certainly not to speculate and saying, oh, well, look at this neighborhood, it's grown so much, it's going to continue to grow. I just don't see that. I don't think really like any of the statistics or, you're talking about the Fed and increasing interest rates. Like, there's some big economic factors that are not lending to a speculative type space. So I would just encourage any investor to really be conservative in how they underwrite. Even in construction numbers, like I feel like sometimes I talk to developers or builders and they say they build at a certain price per square foot, and I don't even know how they achieve it.
What numbers are you seeing right now? That questions came up 3 times this week.
For construction,
What are you guys seeing per foot?
110 foot city that's vested.
What do you
Yeah, I
guys
can
see?
even see like
Roughly, give or
Yeah,
take.
yeah, for new
And depending on
construction.
what level
Yeah,
of
no
construction
steel.
you're doing, or where you're building, high-end finishes, things like that.
Yeah,
But I'm seeing an
Yeah.
average of 110 foot.
yeah, I would agree. I mean, depending on what you're building.
Are you seeing a number on rehabs per foot?
I mean, it's closer to
Like
100.
55, 65.
You're seeing it as low as that for like full gut jobs too?
At least the guys I work with, they have their
That's
own
great.
internal.
Not as little.
Yeah, that's great.
That's why they've been so
It's
free
expensive.
online, expensive. Yeah, it's a good number.
The numbers I'm seeing now on rehabs they used to be 55 a foot, 65,
Yeah,
to me it's
75.
75. Because if you figure on the outside as well, and Jeremy and I use the same contractor on certain things, but the guy that I use, he's starting to push up to like 70 bucks a foot on renovations.
We've actually been pre-selling, I built out a model for my guys, and I'm actually capturing that niche market of people who see everything and they don't like it because it's not specific to them. So I'm actually having pretty good success with pre-selling it.
That's smart. So what are you doing? You're using like a past house they've used before as kind of like a model home?
Yeah, so we have a really good relationship with clients. I walk them through, but I built out kind of like the standard options, the upgrade options, and this 360 technology where I kind of build out the actual house so we can see it in space. It's more involved than what we're talking about, but
Smart. Anybody else doing that yet?
Yeah, especially to get them locked into the
That's a
prices
matter
now. I
of
mean, that's
there's so many
3D renderings and stuff like that, but
The technology that's coming, man. I was
Yeah,
sitting
it's
at that
crazy.
meeting in there for 2 hours. We finally had to cut the topic off on technology. The technology that's coming is just ridiculous. It's $1 billion budget. They've already spent over $100 million. Basically, everything's gonna get put into a command center for you guys to run your business on. Advertising, for example, advertising, getting a deal, tracking your numbers, right? Setting your goals, right? Once you get the deal, what to do with the deal. Once you close the deal, what to do with it. Like right now, most of you guys are probably dealing with multiple pieces of technology, right? Like you're dealing with Top Producer or Bob Jones, whatever. Like, it's literally multiple different things. You can dump everything in there and it's being built by real estate agents, by people, because you guys are telling us what to do with it and then they're building it from there.
This
That's
is
what-
KWP for.
Yeah. So KW Labs, that's where Noah is right now down in Texas. He goes down every month. He obviously loves technology. He's done very well off it. So he's been going down every month and working with the crew down there to see what's the best bet for everybody. So that's going to come out first quarter of next year. But basically, anything from a marketing perspective, technology perspective, processing perspective, follow-up perspective, everything can get put into there. It's all yours. You guys own it. We're not going to do anything with this. Whatever you guys want to do with it. But you're seeing more of that too, because we're going to be competing with some other technology companies, right? Would you agree? I mean, Zillow's getting more aggressive. There's other
We just got
technology
into the mortgage
companies.
business, right?
Yeah, doing mortgage. They're trying to control data,
Stay on
right?
that.
So, we're the largest in the United States of America. Why don't we do that and provide even a higher level service to our clients? So we're going all in on it, and built by people that are in the business, right? That'll be interesting. So last question is, what adjustments are you making for 2019 for your business?
what's that?
More.
Yeah, making a lot of calls right now.
Are you?
Prospecting.
I'm hearing that a lot, which is fantastic. So you guys adjusting already.
We're moving into kind of with some of our clients like a buy and hold strategy up in neighborhoods where I guess the competition isn't as fierce. People are kind of looking at these neighborhoods and just kind of ignoring them, and we're just kind of like, all right, we have clients that have plenty of dollars to spend and they still want to spend it. So the commissions aren't flashy and it's not really a lot of stuff like most people are proud to post on Facebook or anything like that, but I mean, business is rolling, so somewhere down the line that's gonna come back around. But I think it's like playing the long game now, just as much as trying to, put a couple on the board for next month.
Anybody else?
And basically the same strategy, like take a lot of swings. You know, I'm not being as discriminative. I'm like, let's just get some stuff in the pipeline. 100,000, whatever comes in, if I can close it, I'm just going to build a relationship, build a business, and and just try to keep the pipeline rolling for next year.
Who's in bold right now? So I was just talking to Jesse about it, and I was like, what do you think? He's like, listen, it's nothing new I learned before. He goes, I love it, but there's things that anytime you go to a training, it's like, it's the same thing, But he's like, it's amazing. I asked him one question, what do you guys think of this? When you go into a class, you typically come out with three things. One, you realize that you're being lazy. Two, you're not efficient. Or three, you're doing really well.
Yeah, I think it's all
Fair? Isn't that interesting? Right?
Yeah.
Right? You come out and you're like, all right, I feel good, but I'm a little lazy here, probably a little efficient here. What do you guys think?
It's like in a checkup,
I think there's always an area that you could identify in your business that needs some improvement. And if you go to these, workshops, they're going to talk about the same things because they work.
Right.
And it's just good to, kind of be refreshed on how to address that problem. Going bold is obviously something that it's a great thing, and to continue to try to improve all those like blind spots or issues, you have to do it, especially if markets are going to turn and things aren't going to come as easily. Like you need to seal up those holes in the ship.
And it keeps the habits, like, do you guys ever notice how bad our habits go quick?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like right now I'm tracking like good habits, bad habits, and then I'm trying to work on them. So I'll be honest, I'll be transparent. Some of my bad habits I told her to call me out on this, Tandra, was like, put my phone down, like be present, right? Like when I go to bed, like hide my phone.
Yeah.
And the last week I'm sleeping better because I'm reading The Millionaire Real Estate Agent book again. When I go to bed, my mind's at ease. You guys ever notice that?